This year's conference was the very best conference that Inmed has ever put on.
This year's conference was what can you do in 10? What can you do with the skills and with the time that has been given to you?
We're very intentional about getting away from talking heads at conferences and instead giving people an opportunity to actually use their judgment, to develop their hands-on skills.
We wanted to engage the learner so they feel they're a part of the learning experience. Many times when you come to a conference, you just sit there and listen to someone speak. This year, it was all about the learner being a part of the experience. The trauma simulation, we had a class on trauma life in the mission hospital. We gave the attendee the ability to apply what they learned in the classroom to a simulation exercise where we had patients who had makeup on and it looked like they had some severe injuries, and the learner, the attendee, was able to go do an assessment, figure out how to organize themselves to care for those patients.
We simulated a field hospital in Kathmandu, Nepal, a month after the earthquake. And the volunteers who have arrived in Kathmandu, which is actually the conference attendees, who are assigned in teams to go from patient to patient, to talk to them, to assess their situation, to try and come up with a diagnosis using the most limited resources available, and then to provide some care for them in that setting. But more than that, it's an opportunity to meet other individuals who are engaged in this kind of work. People inspire one another. They give one another examples. They form teams and relationships that carry them forward. They also have the chance to meet with the sending organizations that make it possible for them to engage in these kind of international service opportunities.
There's a lot of good information. It's almost overwhelming how much good information there is. So I feel like I'll go home with a lot to look through and read through, and a lot of good contacts that I've made that I can follow up with.
I highly recommend it to be able to prepare you and give you insight on things what to expect.
The workshops teach you the skills and tell you stories about what people have done and what you can possibly do, and it really just opens your horizons to so many different opportunities.
It's like every year you get just a breath of fresh air. It's like a more energy to push you through the year.
I hope you can join us for the 2016 EMMC here at Graceway next year. We will continue the hands-on experience. We hope to cast a vision for you and give you the skills you need to be effective in caring for the least served in this world.